Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to show you what came in my March BoxyCharm. So I haven't opened it yet. I need to devise a way to open it while I'm here talking to you. But the one thing that I do know is I've seen some of the sneak peeks. I know a lot of what's in here already. So I don't know if that's fair. I'm the worst person ever, like on Christmas morning, because I know what's on my list and what I want, or for my birthday, and I can't abide secrets, so if there's ever a spoiler, I have to know. That's me, just a little bit. All right, before we get started, I wanted to say thank you for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, would you please? And now that I have these little tabs here pulled back, let's see what's in here. All right, oh, it's a big box. This is the Boxy Luxe, the extra giant juicy card. So this is what it is. This is La Vie en Rose. So I have this here. And the one thing that I'm going to look for, because for this entire year, I'm going to do my best to try all the products for you. At least once. I was looking for this. This is from Wander Beauty. This is their Lift Off Purifying and Brightening Peel Off Mask. So I'm going to put some of this on. Let's see what they say about this. This is a $34 mask. You get 2.2 ounces. It's kind of like a shiny rose gold color. Ooh, it's so pretty. I'm just going to take a wet wipe and kind of go around my eyebrows to make sure that this didn't get too close, because I don't want to lose any brows to this mask. So you're supposed to leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. I don't have my phone on me, and I'm not wearing a watch. So when I get back, I'll tell you how long it took for this to dry. There isn't much. This is not a thin layer. It says you're supposed to smooth an even layer. It doesn't say thick or thin, just an even layer. I feel like I've got a very even coverage here, but my problem has always been if I don't put a thick enough layer, then I get little teeny tiny bits and it doesn't come off easy. And if I put on too much, then it takes way too long to dry. So we'll see how close it stays to the 10 to 15 minutes suggested time. And I'll be back in a bit. It's been almost 35 minutes and it's finally to the point where it's not tacky. If you are ever wearing a peel-off mask and it feels like you can touch it but it's still slightly sticky, I have a slightly sticky spot right here, let it keep drying. I pulled out my fan and I was doing this. I will admit to watching some YouTube while I was doing this. Thank you, Mel Thompson, for your review. So I'm just going to start peeling it off. All right, so this is my face after having peeled off that Wander Beauty Lift Off Purifying and Brightening Peel Off Mask. It's kind of a long name. I'm not a huge fan of peel off masks. I feel like it can be fairly damaging to the skin, and also too much peeling of like the Biore nose strip, which is so satisfying. But then think about all of the peeling you're doing on your skin. And some people have experienced broken capillaries from that. I thought, well, if a Biore nose strip can do that to you, how much if you use peel-off masks regularly? So you are going to get a really good deep clean. You are going to have like that top layer of skin stuck to the mask. You're going to peel it off. You are going to reveal some brighter skin. But I don't know that this would be something that I would repurchase for my fear of broken capillaries, like right here. That's just me. The next thing that I see in here is from IT Cosmetics. This is their Confidence in a Cream Transforming Moisture Super Cream. So it looks like this. Really pretty. This is 2 fluid ounces. Oh, I love that. The last time we got a face cream in the Boxy Luxe was in December, and we got an Elemis Marine Cream. Be still my heart, I love that stuff. But that stuff was, you only got an ounce, and it was like 80 something. It was almost $90. So I'm going to put some of this on here. One of the things that I really like about this is the size. You get 2 ounces. 2 ounces is a lot of product. I think that's really a great way to sell. When you only sell a product and it only has an ounce in there, you could, I don't know, maybe you don't use a lot of face products, a lot of face creams, but I burn through 1 ounce jars in like a month and a half. I'm just like day and night all over from here to like right here. like all the way down my décolleté, my chest, my neck, like even my ears. I want to be moisturized. And I like that it's not scented. That's really nice. It does have a nice plushy feel. It doesn't feel greasy. I wonder if you're just a wash your face and put on moisturizer, if you would like this. I'm usually the wash my face and put on like 3 or 4 serums plus a hydrating toner plus I'm like and there's always another layer. But this feels pretty nice. It feels hydrating. It feels good. The size is great. I like that it's not scented. It just smells like a face cream. It doesn't smell like strawberries or peaches or something else. And I think the packaging is really nice. The detail of the It Cosmetics logo right up here. It's, raised. I think it's a really elegant piece of packaging. And for $48, that means that it's $24 an ounce. That's a really great price for a moisturizer that's not drugstore. There are some drugstore moisturizers that are that price or more, and you only get an ounce. So 2 ounces, I'm very impressed. In case you were wondering, I threw on the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder in the shade 1, and then the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer in the shade 2 on my face. I thought I would use this. This is the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette. It does have a finishing powder in here. It looks just a hair sparkly. I hope that's not going to make us look too sparkly. Oh, it's got some glitter in it. And I can see it on my face. It's not going to be my best look today, I can tell you that. I do feel like this powder, although it is a little bit glowy, is too pink toned and is too dark. So it's making my skin darker than I normally would. But we're kind of in it now, committed. I gotta keep going. Oh yes. So if you look at the palette, this is the finishing powder that I used all over my face. You have a contour, a blush, 2 highlighters, and this here is a brightener. It looks like it's a lot brighter than that. I'm going to put some of the contour on, but I'm going to use it more like a bronzer and just put it on with this little fluffy brush here. So I'm going to use just a little bit of the blush on this really wispy, this is not the Moda brush that they sent, this is one that I got from Luxie in a previous BoxyCharm. I love this one specifically for this because it doesn't lay it on too thick. It's really light, wispy, blends beautifully, and it gives me the just enough color without being too much on my face. So I need to do some buffing. I'm going to use this Moda brush. This is the powder brush that came with the box. I'm going to grab a powder from my collection. I'm just going to buff over all of this and see if we can make it a little more like to what I'm used to. The other brush that I wanted to try was this guy here. And they both have had a little bit of shedding right out of the box. That's okay. And I thought we'd put on a little highlighter from the Cover FX palette. So I'm going to use the lighter and more pinky of these highlights. I'm going to pick up a little bit on this Kick Off the Extra. I feel like that finishing powder that I used out of here was so glowy. It started giving me more glow than I was expecting. That's a lot. I'm glowy already, but that's like, it's really shiny. I don't know that I like this brush. My favorite brush is the Wayne Goss airbrush. I use this for highlight all the time. So I almost feel like I need to put some of this on with this just to see how the product itself lays down, blends in. I feel like this is like the best brush for lightly applying and blending. These are really shiny highlights. Yep. There's a lot of glow to these bad boys. I'm not a fan of this. Just gonna say that. I wonder if I could use it because I have another brush that I was using earlier for blush. I wonder if it would work nicely for blush without being too much. I'm dying to try this. This is from Iconic London. This is their eyebrow cushion, and I have, what shade is it? Oh, it's medium. It says it on the very bottom of the box. I love brow products. I like the packaging for this. It's really pretty. It's very reflective. Oh, look at that. And then on the inside, you get a little mirror. I'm going to take the plastic off of that so I can use the mirror. And you have this brush here. It's hinged in the middle, and you have a spoolie on one side, and you have kind of longer bristles on one side, and then really shorter bristles on the other. I don't know if you can see that. And then you have a tapered angled brush. It's not as stiff as I'm used to. It feels kind of soft, but we'll see. And then in here you have this little lid that opens up. Oh, this comes right off. And here is your actual cushion. You have 2 shades. So I think we're going to see how much of a brow we can build. I'm going to start with the shorter end and the lighter. Oh, it's very, oh, I'm worried. Look at that, it's dark. Okay, we'll see what happens. By the way, I'm using the lighter of these 2 shades on the short end. I'm just dipping it a little bit in there, wiping some of it off on my hand so my brush isn't too loaded. And I feel like it gave me a pretty nice brow. Let's see if I can not mess up the other side. So it's time to do a little eyeshadow. I'm going to be using this Morphe 1510, and I'm just going to do something. I'm debating, do I want to do kind of an easy, neutrally brown look, or do I really kind of want to go for it? We'll see where we end up. I'm going to just talk to you about what's happening right now really quick. I'm having a hard time. I thought I would give these shadows their best possible shot by using what I call my cheat brush. This is from Sonia G. This is the Worker Pro, and every time I use this, in every other palette I've used it with, since I got it in January, it's been like, it's almost like a magic wand. It just like blends everything beautifully, and I'm having some problems. I don't know if you can see it, like right here at the edge where I'm trying to get it to blend, and I feel like I have a little bit of a line like right through here. I have it on both eyes, like right where my crease is, where it's not laying down color, and then it's a little patchy other places I am trying to blend it. You don't see it as much when my eyes are open, but when my eyes are closed, you would definitely see that there is kind of like a little white line, like right in through here. I'm not very happy with these. I think the darker colors are the ones that are giving me these problems. I would never have purchased this palette on my own. If I went in to look at all the Morphe palettes, it wouldn't be this one that I would pick. I definitely am sure I can make it work, but I don't know that with this sort of experience, I'm gonna wanna reach for it anytime soon. And that's kind of like a palette that I don't love. So I just did a whole like eyeshadow palette declutter, and what I don't like, I don't keep. All right, I'm gonna finish this up as much as I can, throw on some liners, mascara, and I may not make you watch me struggle to get the lashes on because I'm not good at that, but we'll get it all on. I'm gonna throw a little mascara on the bottom before I take this off because just to make it look like we tried. My lashes are bigger than my eyebrows. I didn't think that was possible. This is why I don't wear lashes, because they're not even, they don't work. This one I think is applied a little better than this one. This one looks like a mess. Becca lipstick. This is the Ultimate Lipstick Love, and the shade is in Mocha. It's a very pretty neutral shade. All right, I can't look at myself anymore. These have to come off. That was a lot of look for me. I'm not gonna lie. Just gonna tuck them back on their little plastic resting place. We tried it. All right, they're very pretty. Lashes and me, we don't get along. I'm gonna throw a little bit more mascara on though, just to make it look like we tried. So I'm gonna use this little teeny tiny brightener shade here on a small, where are you? On a small pencil brush, and I'm just gonna put that right in my inner corner for a little bit more brightness. I think that looks a little better. So this is the finished look, minus those lashes. Those are beautiful lashes. My eyes are too small. They were hitting all the way up here into my brows when I had my eyes open. Oh, I felt like a cow, like with those big long lashes. Like, what does a cow need long lashes for? Give them to me, but not in a box. I mean, I want to grow them naturally. I have smaller eyes. These lashes just are a little too big and a little too glam for me. I can't see myself reaching for those again. One thing I didn't mention or show you, totally forgot, I found it at the bottom of my box. We got a little duo of mini-sized Deborah Lippman nail polishes. This more mauve shade here is called Modern Love. This shimmery kind of peachy toned is called O'Donna, and it has kind of a nude base to it, but it has a really pretty flip. It's kind of pinky peach flip to the gold shimmer that's in there. I'm excited to wear this. I'm gonna be trying these, and I'll let you know in the comments down below what I think of both of these here. As for the rest of it, I know I already mentioned that I don't prefer peel off masks. I might use this again. It says 10 to 15 minutes to wait for it to dry. No, you gotta wait a solid at least half an hour, or you're gonna, we're on the edges, you'll peel, and then you'll get to a large patch that's not dry yet. And then what good is it to use a peel off mask if you can't peel the whole thing off? So you're gonna have to wait longer than this. If you put too thin a layer on and it dries in 15 minutes, then you're gonna have like little tiny pieces. It's not gonna come off in one giant sheet, which not only is super satisfying, it's just less hassle. So if you can pull on it and then just keep peeling, as opposed to like little string, little spit, little chip, it's gonna take forever. So a thicker layer, wait a little bit longer. I think this works. It's not what I prefer, but if you like a peel off mask, this one is nice. From there, I'm slightly divided on this Cover FX Perfector face palette. There are 6 pans in here. Out of the 6 pans, I can definitely see myself using these 5 again. This one here, their perfecting powder, had too much shimmer in it. And I still, if I'm looking at myself, I can see, like, I have some larger pieces of glitter here, here. It's just not my ideal face powder, and it is too dark for me. I feel like my skin is darker here than I am on my chest, and that's never what I'm going for. And I think it was this, because my foundation matched just fine, that I threw this on and I saw everything get significantly darker. So I won't be able to use that as a finishing powder. I'll see if I can maybe use it as an eyeshadow or something else, because I could really see myself getting a really easy look if I use these just as eyeshadow shades. I think it would work really, really well. So right here are your highlights. This is more the golden highlight, the pinky highlight, and that brightening shade. They're calling it a brightener, but I have it on my inner corner and it's kind of like right there. And if you look at these, so this is the more pinky one, the brightening shade, and the more golden highlight. I think that they're really pretty. I think they give a lot more glow than I was expecting. They're really quite potent, and I definitely feel like I'll be able to get a lot more use out of this. And even if I just took this, I could use a lot of the face products in here, minus that powder, but use that powder and some of the other things in here to create a really pretty, very neutral eye look. I think this would be very nice. I can see myself reaching for that again. Now this, I don't know. I kind of feel like, although the colors in here are really pretty, the problem I had was that it didn't blend as well as I would want. I also feel like in the last, it took me a long time to futz with those lashes, by the way, so we've been here a while. I've edited it all out so you don't have to see it, but I definitely can tell that I've got a little bit of fading. I've never had like a plain non-collab Morphe palette before. I have had 2 of the Jaclyn Hill palettes, and I've had the Morphe collab with Kathleen Lights. This is my first non-collab palette. It looks pretty. I'll have to try it again. I'm not super excited to, because if you remember, I did have problems blending. I do feel like it's slightly faded. It's not my favorite. And it's not for the colors. I think it's more for the formula itself. Now, the one thing that really surprised me and went faster than I thought was this cushion, this brow cushion from Iconic London. So I was worried that this little brush that comes in here wasn't going to work well. But let me tell you, this little short on one side, long on the other, I dipped that into the cushion and then was able to go through my brows, and it really, and out of these 2, this is the medium shade, by the way. I was using the lighter of these 2 just to kind of brush it on, and then I'd use the longer side that didn't have any product on it to brush it through. I got some pretty serious, pretty dark brows in a short amount of time. I was worried it was going to be more difficult. It's a little bit easier than I expected it to be. I did use this little teeny tiny angled at the ends to kind of build a little bit longer tail and to fill in a few spots. But overall, I really like this. I can see myself reaching for this and being sad when it's gone. All right, these were not for me. I think you've heard my story there on that. These brushes, I like this one. This is the Moda kind of powder brush, and this is more of their highlighting brush. I don't prefer this style brush. I'm going to see if I can make it work with some blush, because a brush that is this flimsy and floppy I feel gives a really nice, very lightly kissed look of color. But I tend to like something a little bit larger if I'm putting on bronzer, but blush I like to be small, a little more targeted, and then have the ability of those really flexible bristles to really kind of just blend it out. And I think it might work well for blush. I already have something that I really like. This is a Luxie. It's a little bit larger. If you look at this, a little bit smaller, more tapered. This one here is a little bit, but it still does have that really flimsy, which I feel gives a really beautiful look to the blush. So I might see if I can use that brush for that. Now this powder brush here, it's soft. I like it. I think that I could see myself using this not just for buffing, but applying powder over in general. I'm glad to have this, and on days when I am not using my absolute diehard favorite powder brush, it's nice to have other ones because we need to wash a few. So the lipstick is really nice. It does, I don't know if you noticed, it has a magnetic closure. That makes me happy. I think the color is nice. It's a cream formula, super comfortable. It feels, it's very opaque going on, and this shade Mocha is beautiful. Now I know they were giving some people reds, and I would have loved the red, but I'll definitely get use out of this. It's so comfortable. It feels very nourishing. It doesn't feel like a lot. You definitely feel like you have lipstick on, and it does feel like a traditional lipstick bullet, but it's hydrating, it's comfortable, and in the last hour since I've been wearing it, I don't really feel like I don't have a lip liner. I don't feel like it's like fading into lines and kind of spreading to other places I don't need it to. I think this is going to be a really, really good find. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this Confidence in a Cream, I like this. I want to see what it does for my skin in the long term. It says it's supposed to be anti-aging armor. I don't know what that means, but it says a transforming moisturizing super cream. I do feel like it was very creamy. I would normally not use it as my only hydrator. I would normally serums and toners and other things as well, but I love that it's 2 ounces. That just makes my heart happy. I definitely am excited to see what this is like, and the jar is really weighty. It's nice. I wonder if it's glass. It doesn't look like it's glass. If it is, it's beautiful. I like it. I like everything about it, and I can't wait to see what sort of results I get from it. I don't know if I mentioned this. This is the $20 little Traincase that BoxyCharm has branded and put in the box this month. There's always something that says BoxyCharm on it, and it says it here on the inside. It's really large. It's large enough it would hold everything that came this month. I'm just going to start dropping stuff in here while I talk to you. And I think I have a bag that's exact size with the handle. I don't know that I would pay $20 for this one here specifically, but I think it works really well. All of my items that came in my BoxyCharm are in here, and it seems nice. I love bags that are this size, that are deep like this and have a handle. So I could see myself either putting skincare in here, makeup in the other one that I have that's similar to this. But I do like that it's got that rose gold look to it. It's very, very nice. It's going to get a lot more use than the other bags that we've been getting in our Boxy Luxes. Definitely can tell you this will get the most use than the tote bag and that other little was supposed to be a clutch. I didn't like it. Well, I hope that was fun to watch. I always love doing stuff like this. I do feel bad that I didn't get the nail polish on. It's taken a long time to film this, to let the mask dry, and to put on everything in here. This is a much bigger than your average month box since it's the Boxy Luxe. It took a little bit longer, but it's fun. Let's total up the complete value of the box. So my box's value is $301.98. I definitely feel like I got the value from the box. There's enough things in here that I'm going to use again and that I really am excited to use again. A couple of things I'm like, it's just not my preference, and that's okay. And I know that when you're getting subscription boxes like this, it's not always going to be perfect for you every single time. And I don't expect that. I just expect to feel like I got my money's worth out of it. And I definitely feel like I did this month. I think the highlights for me are the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, the iconic London Brow Cushion. I love nail polish, so those Deborah Lippman in O'Donna and Modern Love, I'm excited to try those. I feel like this lipstick, if I were able to choose any shade from this lineup from Becca, it probably would not have been this one, but this might have been a close second or third. It's a lovely lipstick, beautiful packaging, formula feels good, but I might have gone for something just a hair more punchy. And I do feel like the face palette from Cover FX, with the exception of that one shade that I don't think I'm going to be able to use the way that they're intending me to use it. I'll probably still use it, but as an eyeshadow. And that's what I like, that you can definitely try things in different ways, and it's not always the way that it's printed on the packaging, how to use it. Because makeup is very subjective. It's, you know, what inspires you? How do you think you can use it the most? And I like that. But I think this was a pretty good box. I was excited to get it. I was a little delayed. I got the email that said it wasn't going to be here until the 28th, and I was like, really? Really, BoxyCharm? At that point, you might as well just call it my April box. They said they had some problems. It's not the only problems they had with this box. I know they're working hard to get the kinks out. I'm still going to be hanging tight there with BoxyCharm. I like what I get. I like how it works for me. Let me know if you are a subscription box person. Even if it's not a makeup subscription, let me know which subscription you like. Or if you've decided it doesn't work for you and you quit, let me know your reasons behind that as well. If you did get this month's BoxyCharm, tell me what your favorite product is in the comment down below. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.